Hey vinyl community, it's Michael. Welcome back to Near Wild Heaven. Today's video is going to be a catch up on vinyl finds. These are albums that I've had for about 6 months or so, and well, I bought over the last 6 months, and for some reason or other I never got around to showing them. So let's just jump right into it. First one up, this is Vanilla Fudge, their first album. Everybody knows this. A lot of people shown this. Really good, psychedelic, from 1967. They do a lot of covers on here. I think they're all covers, but they do Ticket to Ride, People Get Ready, She's Not There, Bang Bang, which was also covered by Terry Reid, which I showed in my last video, and Illusions of My Childhood might be an original, but then they do You Keep Me Hanging On, the Supremes song, Illusions of My Childhood Part 2, Taken for a Little While, Illusions of My Childhood Part 3, and they finish off with the Beatles' Eleanor Rigby. But pretty good. Psychedelic album, classic album, everybody knows this one. Really good by Vanilla Fudge. Up next, this is Acid Mother's Temple. Cometary Orbital Drive to 2199. This came out in 2011, I think. I'm not sure. I think it's 2011. But, yeah, this is like really spacey. I don't know, a lot of people out there are familiar with this band, but they're Japanese. They've been around for a long time. They've had many albums, but this is the first one that I ever bought. I've always been curious about this band, but I never really picked up any of their albums, and I saw this used, and it was kind of cheap, but so I decided to pick it up, and turns out I really like it. It's really mellow, it's drony, it's just really good. It's good music to listen to on a Sunday afternoon when you got nothing better to do housework or something, or read to it, whatever. But it's pretty good. Acid Mother's Temple, Cometary Orbital Drive to 2199. Really good stuff. Up next, this is the Rolling Stones. This is BBC Sessions from 1963 to 1965. This came in one of those clear plastic envelopes. I hate those things because they're not good for your records. So I got some blank album covers and stuck them in there. But this is the Obi strip that was there with it. But pretty good. Good sounding recordings. They're all in mono. They're from 1963, 64, and 65. And they do a lot of their earlier stuff. Come On, Memphis, Tennessee, Roll Over Beethoven, You Better Move On, Route 66, It's All Over Now, Around and Around, Down the Road a Piece, The Last Time, even, Spider and the Fly is really good on here. I like that or that song. That's I think it was like on their second album, 12 by 5, but really good. Rolling Stones, everybody knows Rolling Stones, but really good BBC recordings from 63 to 65. Up next, this is Autosalvage. This came out in 1968. It's pretty good. It's kind of psych folk, uh, if you can get into that. But yeah, it's pretty good. The songs are, like I said, they're kind of acoustic based, but they have lots of different instrumentation, and it's a really good album. I can't really say too much about it. I've only listened to it a couple of times, but I really enjoyed it. The Autosalvage from 1968, good psych folk, really good stuff. Up next, this is White Witch. This is their album from 1972. I believe it's their first album. It might be their second. But yeah, it's like prog, maybe kind of glammy a little bit. You see the way the guys are dressed and stuff. But yeah, it's pretty good. The guitar work on this is pretty decent. It's not like a great album, but it's good to listen to. Not too bad. White Witch on Capricorn Records from 1972. Up next, this is Curtis Mayfield. Curtis. This is a reissue, a recent reissue. This is really good. It's R&B, the smooth R&B that Curtis always did, but great stuff on here. Like Don't Worry If There's a Hell Below, We're All Gonna Go. The Other Side of Town, Wild and Free, The Making the View, Miss Black America, Move On Up, that's a really good song, and We the People Who Are Darker Than Blue. Really good album from Curtis Mayfield. I believe this is his, maybe his first solo album, I'm not sure. I have this, and I have the Superfly soundtrack, which is also really good, but this one's really good too. If you don't know about this album, check it out. It's really good. Curtis Mayfield. Curtis. Up next, this is Bob Dylan, Nashville Skyline. This is originally from 1968. This is his country album. It's pretty good. He does a duet on here with Johnny Cash on the song Girl from the North Country. Really good stuff. If you like the band and any like country rock type music, you'd probably like this if you haven't heard it before. But classic album from Bob Dylan. A lot of people know about this one, but really good. The hit single on this was Lay Lady Lay, kind of a mellow song for Dylan at the time, but yeah, really good. I really enjoyed this. And the best thing about this is it's I can get it out of here. The cover's falling apart, but it's 2i Columbia, so it's early press. I don't know. I don't know if it's a first press, but it is an early press. But really good stuff from Bob Dylan, Nashville Skyline from 1968. Up next, this is the Long Ryders, Native Sons. This is pretty good. I think on my last video or the video before that, I showed an EP by these guys. Yeah, it's really good. Country rock. Well, country influenced rock. It's a good album. Some of the songs on here, like I Had a Dream, Tell It to the Judge on Sunday, Wreck of the 809, Ivory Tower, Too Close to the Light, all really good stuff. If you like, say Green on Red, the Gas, Food, and Lodging album, which also has like a country sound to it, you probably like this one too. Really good. Long Riders, I believe, were part of the Paisley Underground of the time, like in the early 80s. This came out in, oh shit, I don't even know. Um, I'm guessing early 80s, somewhere around there. Definitely the 80s, so I'd say 83, 84, something like that. But really good stuff from Long Riders, Native Son. Up next, this is the Kinks soundtrack to Percy. Um, this was a TV movie that was produced by the BBC in 1969, I think. But yeah, it's not a great Kinks album, but it's pretty good. It's got some good stuff on it. Um, God's Children, they have a version of Lola on here. Um, Animals in the Zoo, Wide, Willis Den Green. All of it's pretty good. Like I said, it's not the greatest Kinks album, but there are some good songs. This is a used copy. It's a reissue I found. This is probably from the mid 70s. It's on Pi's budget label, the PRT budget label that Pi owns. So yeah, it's Kinks album I didn't have, and it was cheap, so I thought I'd pick this one up to add to my Kinks collection. And up next, this is the Fugs, the Belle of Avenue A. This is from, I believe, 1967, possibly. But yeah, the Fugs were kind of a underground rock band that they kind of subversive. They were definitely counterculture. They started out as just a street band, just playing on street corners and making up songs as they went along. But really good stuff from the Fugs, the Belle of Avenue A. If you're a Fugs fan, you might want to check that one out. Up next, this is King Crimson, Lark's Tongue and Aspic. This was from 1973. This is a later lineup of King Crimson featuring John Wetton and Bill Buford. It's pretty good. If you like King Crimson, their mid-period stuff, kind of, it's hard to describe, but I really like the song Lark's Tongue in Aspic, Part 1, and then that's the first song on side 1, and there's Part 2, Lark's Tongue in Aspic, Part 2, ends the album on side 2. But yeah, it's really good, progressive rock, great guitar work from Robert Fripp. But yeah, really good stuff from King Crimson, Lark's Tongue in Aspic. Up next, this is TRex. This is the first album they did under the name of TRex. Prior to that, they were known as Tyrannosaurus Rex. They were more of a folk duo then. With this album, Mark Bolan began his electric phase, shortened the name to T-Rex and added electric guitars. Yeah, this is pretty good. It's not as good as, say, Electric Warrior or The Slider, but it's pointing the way to those albums. But pretty good stuff on here. Is It Love, 1-Inch Rock, Summer Deep, Seagull Woman, The Wizard, and the hit off of this was Ride a White Swan. It was probably a hit in England, but not over here. But yeah, the first album Mark Bolan recorded under the name of TRex. Up next, this is a Japanese band, Sadistic Mika band. This came out in 1974. This is on the Harvest label. It's pretty good. Japanese rock. It's sort of what it reminds me of is Sparks and Roxy Music, kind of a combination of those two bands. But I really like this album. It's pretty good. Song on here called Time Machine is really good. A lot of the stuff is, the song titles are in Japanese, so I can't even pronounce those. But the English titles are Time Machine, Black Ship, Four Seasons, Typhoon, and Sayonara. But really good stuff from Sadistic Mika band. By the way, this is Mika, and that's her husband. I don't know his name. Oh, I can't even pronounce it. But yeah, the Sadistic Mika band from 1974. I think they had a couple other albums out, probably in Japan, but this is the only one I know of. So there you go, Sadistic Mika band. Up next, this is The Electric Eye. The title is Electric Wisdom. This is from 2003. I like the artwork on there. It's pretty wild. But yeah, it's punk, and it's got those, not through the whole album, but it's got those growling vocals that you hear on like hardcore heavy metal bands like Celtic Frost or whatever, you know. But it's not on every song, and that's a little bit annoying, but for the most part I like this album. It's pretty good. Electric Eye, Electric Wisdom. Yeah. And last one here, this is Iron Butterfly, Heavy. I believe this is their first album. This is really good. I really enjoyed this one. I like this better than Inagata Devita. But there's some really good stuff on here. Lots of psychedelic guitar work and mixed with the organ. Just really good. Some of the standout songs like Possession, Unconscious Power, Gentle as It May Seem, Look for the Sun, and Iron Butterfly theme. Really good stuff from Iron Butterfly, their first album, Heavy. So that's it for this week. Thanks to everybody who's subscribed in the last couple of weeks. I hope everybody's doing well. I hope you're enjoying your summer. And I guess that's going to be it for this week. So take care, everybody, and we'll see you soon. Peace out.